In this short episode, we are going to investigate one of the disasters in the world of aviation. So stay with ILA Captain. At 777 on 2013, Flight 214, Air Asiana, took off from Incheon International Airport in South Korea. It was scheduled to land at San Francisco International Airport in United States. This flight was about 10 hours. The glide slope, which is an instrument vertical guidance for landing on runway 28 left, was out of service in San Francisco. Therefore, a precision ILS approach to this runway was not possible. The flight was cleared for a visual approach to runway 28 left at about 11 a.m. and told to maintain a speed of 180 knots. The tower controller gave clearance to land. The weather was very good. Light wind, 10 miles visibility, no precipitation, and no reports of wind shear. The pilots performed a visual approach assisted by the runway's precision approach pass indicator, which you may notice as PAPI. 82 seconds before impact, at an altitude of about 1,600 feet. Due to glide slope failure, the pilots did not set the aircraft for an autoland situation. So the autopilot was turned off. The throttle were set to idle. So the plane's auto throttle was set for the correct reference speed. They have been cleared for a visual approach and they were flying the airplane manually. During the approach, they were above the glide path. In response, the captain selected an inappropriate autopilot mode, FLCH or flight level change, without awareness and did not check with other pilots, resulted in an autothrottle no longer controlling airspeed. The aircraft then descended below the desired glide path and crew were unaware of the decreasing airspeed. 8 seconds before impact, the airspeed had dropped too much. The other pilot stated that the PAPI indicated a deviate below the glide, and he attempted to correct it, but it was too late. Few seconds before impact, one pilot called for an increase in speed. The sound of stick shaker, that is a warning of stall, could be heard before impact on the cockpit voice recorder. Airspeed reached a minimum of 103 knots, that is about 34 knots below the target speed. Aircraft crashed. First the landing gear and then the tail struck the seawall. The left engine and the tail section separated from the aircraft. The vertical and both horizontal stabilizers fell on the runway before the threshold. The remainder of the fuselage and wings rotated approximately 330 degrees. As it slid westward, it came to rest to the left of the runway. This was the third fatal crash in Asiana's 25-year history. After minutes, a dark smoke was observed rising from the wreckage. The leaking oil fell onto a hot engine and ignited. The fire was not fed by jet fuel. 2 evacuation slides were used on the left side of the airplane. Despite damage to the aircraft, many were able to walk away on their own. The slides for the first and second doors on the right side of the airplane opened inside the aircraft during the crash, which led to pin the flight attendants seated nearby. With the help of captain, they were rescued. Among 307 people on board, 3 of them were died, including a teenager who fell out of the tail section and unfortunately ran over by a rescue vehicle mistakenly. 187 were seriously injured. After the accident, the NTSB has recommended multiple improvements for the slides to open correctly. In addition, the pilots confirmed that the airline's policy emphasized that the full use of all automation and autoland and did not encourage manual flight during training, and that was a bad news. Over-reliance on automation and lack of systems understanding by the pilots were cited as major factors contributing to the accident. The flight crew's mismanagement of the airplane's vertical profile during the initial approach led to increased workload and reduced monitoring airspeed. Lack of compliance with standard operation procedures and crew resource management were cited as additional factors. That was the story of Boeing 777 Flight 214. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoy, thumbs up and subscribe my channel. Comment if you find this video cool or useful. So see you with another episode of Crash Survey with ILA Captain.